Hey guys, it's Olivia aka Olives and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am doing like a conspiracy theory mystery type thing, mini investigation on Relisha Rudd. I've watched a couple of these videos before about like how people like do their own investigations into cases that of people that were missing for ages, and I've watched a lot of Bella, I will not pronounce her last name right, Bella Fiore, is that how you pronounce her last name? I have no idea. But yeah, I've watched a lot of her videos recently, and I always have like watched crime shows about it but not YouTubers doing it. And yeah, so she's kind of inspired me to do this video. And as for this case, the Steve Wilkos show inspired me to do it because he actually had the mother of the child, the stepfather of the child, and the grandmother of the child on the show. Anyway, if you do like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, let me know. Got an itchy nose. Let me know down below in the comments section. As for that, let's get on with the video. So I have done my own research on a variety of websites, things on YouTube, so if some of it may be incorrect, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing it. And if I constantly look down, it's just because I have a lot of notes on my phone. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going down in a timeline and series of events. And then once we're done with that, we'll get to the main theories of the whole situation, and then we'll explain my theories. Relisha disappeared on the 1st of March 2014. At the time of this disappearance, she was 8 years old. Relisha also had 3 brothers, and she was also living with her mum, Shamika Young, at the shelter, and the shelter was in southeast Washington DC. There was many visits made by social workers from 2007 up until when she disappeared. So in July 2007, social workers went to their house and found that there was inadequate amounts of food for Relisha and the newborn. At the time, the social workers thought that Relisha may have been abused, however that wasn't confirmed whether it was true or not. In 2010, social workers found medical negligence as they saw that the house was pretty much trashed with rubbish, many cigarette butts and ashes. Social workers also thought that the young children were left unsupervised multiple times, and that they had to bath themselves at a young age. Someone out of the adults, so whether it was her mother, her stepdad, or whoever else was living with them at the time, found that none of them took one of Relisha's brothers to follow up with the surgery that he needed. In 2013, in November, social workers found that the children were unsupervised again. All of this was found to occur while in the shelter at Washington DC. The shelter was in the old General Hospital. On February 26, 2014, janitor at the homeless shelter named Khalil Malak Tatum was seen with Relisha walking towards a room at the Holiday Inn. And the Holiday Inn Hotel was at Washington DC. Police believe that Shamika Young, which was Relisha's mother, let Tatum take care of Relisha, but Relisha's mum denies of doing any of that. On the 1st of March 2014, police believe that this was the last day that Relisha was seen with anyone, and also after this date there was no sight of her anywhere, not even with Tatum. On the 13th of March, Relisha's school, which was Payne Elementary, contacted and one of the child agencies, as Relisha had not been at school for 30 days. Relisha's mum then provided the note to the counsellor, which is the person that reported it, saying, with like a doctor's certificate, and down the bottom it had been signed by Dr. Tatum. On the 19th March 2014, an investigation begins for Relisha, as she's been classed as a missing person. Social workers asked for Tatum to come to the shelter, as that's where they thought that Relisha was living. The social worker then found out that Tatum was actually the janitor at the shelter, and Tatum didn't show up to that meeting as he left early that day, which the social worker also figured out when she found out that he worked at the shelter as well. There was also a referral made by the school that Relisha attended, and it was called the Concern Regarding Educational Neglectance, and it said that Relisha's mum was unable to account for Relisha's whereabouts. A missing person investigation was launched by DC police at 9:39 p.m. and an officer attempted to call Tatum's mobile phone, or cell if you're in America, to attempt to try and contact him. However, that went straight to voicemail and was not reactivated after that either, so like he cut off his phone basically. At 10:04 that day, Tatum then checks into room 132 of the Red Roof Inn at Oxon Hill in Washington DC, and he was seen with 4 other people. However, the police believe that Relisha was none of the 4 people that he was with. Less than an hour later, 3 of those people leave. On the 20th of March, so the next day, one person returns to the motel at 5:40 a.m. and sees Tatum's wife, Andrea Tatum, was lying on the bed, and the person was not allowed inside, and tells police that the last month he had helped Khalil Tatum do his research on the internet for handguns and had downloaded images onto an iPad. At 8:01 that same day in the morning, Prince George County Police receive a request from DC Police to help find Relisha. They thought that Tatum may have been driving a maroon 2004 Chevrolet Trailblazer with Washington Redskins on the back window, so I presume like a sticker type thing. Police say that the vehicle was parked outside of room 132 of the Red Roof Inn hotel. Police went inside to the room that Tatum was staying at and found his wife dead on the bed, and she had been shot. She was 51 when she died. Police then pulled out another vehicle alert. This one was a white GMC truck, but it was then found abandoned in Hyattsville. Tatum was charged in a warrant with murdering in connection with the killing. Between March 22nd and March 25th, rallies were held for Relisha in hope to try and find her, bring awareness that she's missing. New photos were also released of Tatum in hope to find him, to arrest him, and also more photos of Relisha was released as well to find her. 2 rewards were proposed: a $25,000 reward for Relisha to be found, and also a $25,000 reward for Tatum, like to bring information of Tatum so he could be arrested. Also on the 25th of March, the tape of Relisha and Tatum in the, sorry, I've got to get the hotel name up again, in the Holiday Inn hotel was released to the public on the 25th of March. Don't forget that tape was filmed on February 26th earlier that year, so 2014. On March 27th, DC Police Chief Kathy Lena, is that how you pronounce her name? I don't quite know, says that Tatum may have killed Relisha. Police also searched Northeast Washington Park in another attempt to find her. On the 28th of March, police said that Tatum also had contact with other girls at the shelter. However, even though that it was prohibited that he do such a thing, they still believed he had contact with other young girls, whether they be Relisha's age, older or younger. On the 31st of March, that same police chief, Kathy Lena, says that investigators found a dead man in DC Park, and they also thought that that was Tatum as well. And then on the 1st of April, so the next day, they confirmed that that was Tatum's body. They said that he had been shot to the head. All the media articles that I could find only said like he had only been shot to the head once. And then on the 3rd of April, the search of Relisha in that Northeast Park in Washington ended as they could not find any sight or trace of Relisha in the park. On the 4th of April, another video was released to the public of a man getting off an escalator that was also potentially Relisha's alleged abductor. However, they don't know if it's true or not because there was no more evidence found for that. Relatives of Relisha said that she would never want to stay in the shelter with her mum, and she would always ask to go to other like relatives' houses rather than staying in the shelter. And those relatives said that when she would arrive, she would come with dirty clothes, dirty hair, and most likely on an empty stomach. When it was time for Relisha to leave, they said that Relisha would never want to go back to the shelter. On the 19th of April, roughly 24 people started this group to volunteer to help try and find Alicia, bring awareness of her, saying that she was missing. And they were across 4 locations in both northeast and southeast of Washington, D.C. On the 4th of May 2014, one volunteer had found bones in Kellenworth Park and Aquatic Gardens. However, these bones were later identified as animal bones. On December 10th, 2015, the search for Relisha resumed again. So 1 year and 7 months later, roughly, the search started up again, with more than 60 police officers, cadets, and federal agents looking for her on a construction site in northeast Washington. On April 6, 2016, so it is 4 months later, roughly, police launched a new search around the National Arboretum in hope to find Relisha. Now, that's all the evidence that I could find. On a new episode of the Steve Wilkos show, there was Relisha's stepdad. His name was Antonio Wheeler. And Relisha's grandmother, which was Melissa Young, which was Shamika's mother. They took a lie detector test, and this was their results.
That's why I'm here.
You came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you participate in any way in the disappearance of Relisha? You answered no. Have you ever had any sexual physical contact with Relisha? You answered no. Did you ever strike any of your children, leaving marks or bruises? You answered no. The results came back the same to each and every question, and they came back that Antonio told the truth. Melissa, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you participate in any way in the disappearance of your granddaughter? You answered no. Did you give your granddaughter to Khalil Tatum around the time of her disappearance? You answered no. And the results came back that you, Melissa, told the truth.
Later, Shamika said that she did not have to take a lie detector test. Here is the footage.
Hold on.
I ain't gotta take no test.
No. Okay. Hold on. She's right. She doesn't have to take a test.
I'm going to get my kids back.
Hold on.
I know, but I ain't do nothing.
You know what? She's right. Please stop. You don't have to take a test, but you're not eliminating yourself as a suspect in the disappearance of your daughter.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I talk to the police day to day, and they don't never discuss me. They discuss other people.
I was the police, and I investigated murders, crimes against children, and I'll tell you right now, you would be number 1 on my list of people I'd be looking at. You, number 1.
I was number 1 when they looked at me. I got eliminated. You can't down them. You can't down them. You can't down them. You cannot down them. I was number 1 first. You can't down them.
Yeah.
You can't down them.
But you ain't cleared either, and you still got a good chance of going to jail.
No.
There you go.
I'm glad you think so.
Yes, you do. Oh, yeah. You going to jail, and I'm getting my boys back.
Someday, hopefully that little girl is found.
Oh, she will
And
be.
when she's found, then hopefully you'll go away.
No.
You, I believe, have something to do with her disappearance.
Okay.
The fact
That's
that you
what
don't
you
believe
believe.
the janitor didn't have anything to do.
Everybody got their own
Everybody
options,
wants to
and
stick
there's
up
other people out here
and it
that
makes
said
me
it ain't
think
got nothing to do
you
with
had
it
an
too.
inappropriate relationship with that man.
I did.
And you're lucky. You're lucky.
I'm lucky what?
You're saying you don't believe that he killed himself?
Don't. You can't shoot yourself two
That's
times
right.
in the head.
Maybe somebody else did it for him, huh?
Okay, so who did it? I ain't no murderer.
You ain't no murderer, huh?
Nope, my prince ain't on nothing.
You ain't no murderer, you say. And you know what? You're no good mother either. Get the out my stage.
And also that says what Steve's opinion is on the whole situation. Now, as for the theories is that Tatum killed both Relisha and his wife Andrea. As for where he put Relisha's body, it is obviously still unknown because they have not found it. There was theories that Tatum also raped Relisha before she was missing, and when he was found dead, it was believed that he shot himself. Now, for my theory, grab your little tea cups or whatever because we are getting into this. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on the ground so I can calm down, and we are getting deep into this. So here's my theory on my notes. My theory is that I do believe that he did kill his wife because the guy that was with him said that he was looking for a handgun, so there explains the shot, like her being shot. I believe that it is a possibility that Relisha was also raped in the time that he was looking after her, as the police believed that Tatum also had relations with other young girls at the homeless shelter as well. I believe that Shamika manipulated Tatum into killing her daughter because Shamika and Tatum had sexual relations the whole time that they were at the homeless shelter, with him being found dead. In every media article that I found, it would only say that there was one bullet shot to the head. There was no bullet shots. It was never plural. It only said one. I believe that Shamika killed him. Okay? Hear me out. I believe this because on the Steve Wilkos show, she said,
"Don't. You can't shoot yourself two times in the head."
Maybe some.
Fair point. How do you kill yourself and have 2 bullets to the head? However, every media article said there was only 1 bullet to the head. She is the only person to know that there is 2 bullets to the head. So that's why I believe that she has killed Tatum. I believe that Shamika was the person that planned all this. She wanted her daughter dead for whatever reason it was. And I believe that Tatum was her little puppet. Still to this day, her body is not found, so I have no idea where they've put her body. It's just sad, really, that an 8-year-old girl that was so vulnerable got killed. Well, they haven't confirmed her killed, but I feel like she was killed. And it was all because I feel like it was because of her mother. As for your own theory, you can have whatever theory you like, whether it be similar to mine, whether it be the exact same as mine, whether it be different. It's your own judgment. I pray that she's not dead. However, it's 3 years later and they have not found her body. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want me to do more of like these investigations into missing people cases, let me know down below, as it was quite fun doing like my own little research and trying to find them. Follow me on my social media networks, Twitter, Snapchat and Instagram. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!